You're walking through the airport, everything seems normal. Then suddenly, a police dog stops next to a random bag, starts barking and pulling its handler. The officer checks the bag and boom, drugs inside. You start asking yourself, how did the dog know? The bag was closed tight, nothing was visible, we couldn't smell anything. So how did the dog figure it out? Does it have some superpower or something? Or is there real science behind this? In this video, we're going to break it all down and reveal the real secret behind police dogs. And trust me, what you're about to hear might totally change the way you see animals. Let's start with the big question. Why do cops use dogs? Why not some other animal? Well, the answer's simple. Dogs have one of the strongest senses of smell in the whole animal kingdom. We humans, we got around 5 million smell receptors. But a dog? Somewhere between 200 to 300 million. Yeah, that's wild. A dog can literally smell a tiny drop of something in a pool full of other smells. It's not just about how many receptors they have. A huge part of a dog's brain is dedicated to analyzing smells, way more than ours. That's what lets them break down scents one by one, like separating layers. Now here's another question. Can any dog become a police dog? Nope. Police pick specific breeds for this kind of work. The most common ones are German Shepherds, Belgian Malinois, Labradors, and Black Labs. These breeds are super smart, easy to train, full of energy, and love having a job to do. Now let me ask you this. Are these dogs born knowing what drugs smell like? Of course not. They learn it all through training, and guess what? That training starts when they're still puppies, and it all begins with a game. Yeah, you heard that right. The trainer picks a toy the dog's obsessed with, like a towel or a ball. Then they add a smell that's close to the scent of drugs into that toy. The dog starts to link that smell to something fun. So every time it smells that scent, it looks for the toy. And when it finds the toy, boom, reward time. Could be a treat, praise, or just getting to play. The dog slowly becomes addicted to the scent, not the drug, but the smell linked to the game, and that's why it searches for it with so much energy. Now you might wonder, does the dog even know it's hunting for drugs? Nope. To the dog, it's just looking for its toy or treat. It's a game, but a game with real-life consequences. Now let's get real. Do drugs even have a smell? Yeah, they do. But it's super faint, something humans usually can't detect. But to a dog, even the tiniest scent mixed in with hundreds of other smells stands out like a fire alarm. People try hiding drugs all the time, in food, in strong perfume, even underground. But here's the thing, dogs can split smells apart. Like they'll sniff a crazy mix of things, but somehow separate each smell in their brain and lock onto that one drug scent, no matter how buried it is. Can dogs tell different types of drugs apart? Yep, absolutely. They're trained based on what the police need. So one dog might be trained to detect weed, another for cocaine, another for heroin. Each drug has its own scent signature, and the dog learns each one during training. Now, do people try to trick these dogs? All the time. Some folks try masking the scent with strong smells, coffee, rotten food, heavy cologne. But dogs don't fall for that. Their brains are built to pull smells apart. So even if the drug is surrounded by 100 other scents, the dog can find the one it's looking for. Now, what about the dog's work schedule? Do they sniff all day? Nah. Sniffing takes focus and energy. Dogs work in short sessions, and then they rest or play. They're not treated like tools, they're treated like partners. The handler spends a lot of time with the dog. It's more of a bond than just commands. Do they ever mess up? Sure. Dogs aren't machines. They can make mistakes. But those mistakes are rare. Training keeps the error rate super low. What happens when the dog gets old or tired? They retire. Usually they go live with their handler or someone in the police unit. They spend the rest of their life chilling, being loved and cared for. So next time you see a police dog doing its thing, know that behind that bark is years of training, skill, and loyalty. The dog doesn't just use its nose, it gives everything it's got to the job, and it never asks for anything in return. If you made it all the way here, that probably means you liked the video. So please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if there's any question that's been stuck in your head, drop it in the comments. Maybe it'll be the topic of our next video. Stick around, because every episode we dig into a new, wild and mind-blowing mystery.